Alright, so guys, NFT character system is coming very soon in Legend of Ymir. And before you think about selling, before you think about buying, you need one thing first. You need a base value, not emotional value, not hype value, but I think the best one is the rebuild value, meaning we will compute the minimum money someone must burn to recreate your same character right now from zero. So again, that's what I mean by rebuild value, and we will use ChatGPT to do it. I actually already created an AI prompt that you can just copy and paste. You only need to fill in some important data, but before we paste the AI prompt, let me explain first the logic of this AI prompt, because if you understand the logic, you will trust the result more, and also you have a better context of the result. Okay, so this one is actually very simple. I really tried my best to make this simple as possible. So first, we calculate the real conversion between WEMIX and diamonds, because in this game we actually cannot directly convert WEMIX to diamonds. What we usually do is we buy 1 GWEMIX coin using WEMIX, then after that we sell that GWEMIX coin into diamonds, and there is 23.49% fee for that. So if you don't compute this properly, your conversion and valuation is already wrong. So AI will compute the net diamonds per GWEMIX, then diamond per 1 WEMIX, so that becomes our base conversion. But anyway, let me just add something real quick. There's actually one more thing happening in this process. When you buy GWEMIX using WEMIX and then sell it for diamonds, you are not just converting currency, you are also leveling up your WEMIX Plus, because remember, 50% of what you spend using WEMIX in the global exchange is converted into XP for your WEMIX Plus level. So in short, when we compute the rebuild cost, there's also a hidden value there, because higher WEMIX Plus level also gives benefit. But for this calculation, we will not include that. So again, this estimation is already very conservative. But anyway guys, let's go back to the prompt. So second, we will calculate the progression of your skills, and here we only use active skills. We ignore passive skills for now. We also ignore the extra materials that are required during upgrading. So again, this is already discounted. This is not 100% accurate. We are not trying to get the exact perfect number. We just want to see the bigger picture. We want to see the minimum value of our character if we recreate it again from zero. So for this part, we only need one value, which is the price of lesser mastering scroll, and from this single value, AI will compute the estimate cost of the low level scroll, middle scroll, higher, superior, and radiant scroll, basically all the scrolls that you might need to level up a skill. Then it will compute the total cost of your 15 active skills. So very simple, one input and everything else is automatic. Okay, so third guys, collection system. So in this part, we will not compute this one by one. It's too complicated to do that. Like, we might spend forever to just check how much we spent here. So here for collection, we estimate it like completed collection is 30 diamonds, while the in progress collection is 15 diamonds, and that's it. Very simple, right? And again, this is already cheap. This is already discounted. The real value is probably higher, because if you look at this one, some collection requires 5 pieces of equipment, and each equipment already costs around 10 diamonds at minimum. Some are for sure more expensive, and also most of the times you need to upgrade those items. So clearly 30 diamonds is not the exact value. We are intentionally keeping it lower. And why? Because we don't want to overprice anything. We are building a very conservative rebuild estimate, a safe baseline. So guys, just remember that if even with discounted numbers and the total value of your character is already high, then you know your character really has weight. Okay, so fourth, your equipment set. Since most of our equipment right now are already blue and above, they are traded in WEMIX. So again, to keep everything simple, we will not compute anymore the enhancement level. We will not calculate the +8 or +10 success rate. That will make this video too complicated. So instead, we just estimate, alright? Like, we just manually check how much WEMIX do we need to to rebuild our entire equipment set from zero. And this part is actually easy. Like, you just need to check the market, you look at the current price of each equipment piece, then you add everything together. So that becomes our total estimated WEMIX value for this part, so that there will be also no complicated formula for this one. All right, so simple. Okay, so fifth, guys, we talk about gacha, and honestly this part is the hardest to evaluate. I really spent a lot of time thinking about this one, because if we value gacha based on how much you spend, that will not be fair, right? Like, if you are very unlucky, you spent a lot, so obviously your account will look expensive. But if you are very lucky, like you spent little, your account looks very cheap. That doesn't make sense, right? So instead of valuing based on luck, value based on market reference. Because actually, guys, right now, even before the NFT system is released, there are already black market where people are selling their accounts. Like, if you check Facebook groups, you will see many accounts for sale. So what we do is simple. We find one market reference account, we check how much the seller is asking, then we check how many legends and mythics that account has, and from there AI will calculate the value per legend and per mythic. But guys, if you don't have legend or mythic, most likely you have epic. But at this stage of Legend of Ymir, I think epic is very common. There are many events that give epic rewards, so we just give a small flat value if you only have epic gacha. So again, we want to make this simple, and honestly I think the real weight of your account comes from legend and mythic. I think that is where the real market value is. Okay, so anyway, after all that, AI will add everything together: your skills, your collection progress, your equipment set, your gacha value. All of this will be converted into one main currency, WEMIX. So at the end, we will see the total rebuild cost in WEMIX, and from that total WEMIX, AI will convert it into USD. So simple, right? One base currency, then real world value. But again, remember, everything we are doing here is already conservative. We are not including the time you spent grinding and leveling. We are not including the passive skills. We're not including the premium active skills, you know, skills that cannot be bought from NPC. We are not including extra materials for collection or upgrading your skills. So clearly, this is not the full cost of building your character. It is a super discounted reconstruction estimate, and we are doing it this way on purpose because the goal is not to overprice. The idea is simple. If someone can rebuild the same character with a similar budget, then that gives us a realistic baseline. We just want a structured starting point, not emotional pricing, not random guessing, just a clear reference. Okay, so now let's test this with actual data using my own character. So now I will be able to see how much WEMIX I will be spending to make this same character again from zero. So first, we're going to get the market values, GWEMIX and WEMIX. So here in region trade market, and for the GWEMIX coin, it's 5. Okay, let me put it here, 5. And then in diamonds, it's 158. And for the dollars, it's here. So let me just refresh this one. So it's 0.30. So let me put it there. And then next one is price of one lesser mastering scroll in diamonds. Okay, so yeah, so this one, this costs like 3.33. So if you're going to buy all of this, you will end up buying, so let's just say this is 4 or 5. Yeah, maybe 4 or 5 or 4, just to be safe, 4. And then for the skills, here most of my skills are level 5. 1 5 5 5. Oh, this one is 6. So let me put it here, 5 5 5 6. And then here 5 5 5 5 5 5. Oh, this one is 3. So 1 2 3 4 5 6. 6 1 2 3 4 5 6. So this one is 3, and then all of this is 5. All right, and then this one is 4, and this one is 4, and this one is 5, and then I don't have the 2, so let's just put 0 for this. And then for the equipment set, okay, here for the equipment set, so if I'm going to check all of this manually, like here, so plus 11 is around 50, I think. So yeah, we're just going to put random number just to try this one. So maybe this is like 20 each, like 20, 20, 20, 20, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140. So let's just say all of this is like 200 WEMIX. So let's put 200 WEMIX Upia. And for the collection, okay, so here in the collection, if you check, our complete is 684, and then progress is 221. And for the gacha market reference account, so right now I actually don't have legend or mythic, I only have this, the epic, so just a normal account, nothing special. Okay, so here, market reference account, so this is the Facebook or the black market, so you can buy a lot of accounts here, but most of these are actually in Asian server. Like, look at this, they are buying accounts, so we need to look for somebody selling, like this one. So this is like 15,000, and this one has 1 legendary this year and 1 legendary bulk. Okay, so 15,000 in dollars, 15,000, so this is 260, very cheap, right? 260, so I'll put $260 dollars. And number of legends gacha, it has 2, right? So 1 legend this year and 1 bulk. And then for mythic, again, none. Okay, so your gacha, we don't have legend, we don't have mythic, and we have epic, of course, yes. And then I added another option here where you can add WEMIX value if you want. So for example, let's say that you have a skill here that you want to add, like these are the skills that you cannot buy from NPC, so usually these are more expensive. So if you want to add that, then it's up to you. So maybe let's say, okay, I want to add another 50 WEMIX value for this character, so I'll add 50. Yeah, just to be fair. And then character status level 60, no. Awakened, no. Okay, so I still need 1%, guys. I'm almost done. Okay, combat power is only 115k. Okay, so that's it. So that's the only thing that we're going to do, and then we are going to put this to AI. So I'm going to copy this, and let's go here. Alright, so this is the result, guys. Right now the total rebuild cost is showing 1,416, WEMIX, and if we convert that to USD, that is around $424.95. Okay, so guys, that actually looks expensive, I'm not going to lie, because as you saw in the black market earlier, there are accounts that are a lot stronger than mine. Like he has these 2 legendary gacha and he's just selling it for like $260. Yeah, well, let's look at the breakdown. So collection alone, this one is expensive, 985. That's crazy, guys. That's already huge. I think we spent a lot here. Like our data here is 30 diamonds per complete and 15 diamonds for in progress, but still that's the reality. And for the skills, we spent only 135.8 in WEMIX. This is way far from the collection cost. This doesn't even include the passive skills and other premium skills, right? And for the equipment set, as we put manually earlier, we put 200 WEMIX, so it reflects here. And then gacha value, okay, so I think there's something wrong here. This is only 45.50 WEMIX, so this is quite low, to be honest. So maybe we can adjust this manually. And then here I added 50 WEMIX as additional custom value just to try the prompt that we created. But when we add everything together, it becomes 1416.50 WEMIX. So what does this mean, guys? It means that rebuilding the same character like this one from zero is actually expensive, but still selling price is a different story. Market price depends on supply, demand, server condition, and sometimes people just want to quit fast. Sometimes whales get bored. Sometimes player need quick cash. So I think what we can learn now is that in MMO nowadays, sometimes the cheapest way to get strong is to buy from someone who is leaving. So instead of becoming serious on day one, just chill and wait for some whales to quit. Just kidding, guys. The journey from level 1 is still a different way of enjoying the game. However, again, here's the important part. This $400 is just a structured rebuild estimate, and the crazy part is it doesn't even include time spent grinding, months of progression, passive skills, premium skills, extra materials, early server advantage, market hype. So realistically, the real effort behind this character is more than just this number, but now at least we have something to compare. So guys, if in the future you're going to sell or maybe buy an NFT character, you can use this AI prompt to check if the price is fair. Like for example, if the rebuild cost is around 1,400 WEMIX and someone is selling around 600 or 700 WEMIX, you can already see the gap. In many MMO markets, accounts usually sell below rebuild cost, sometimes around half, sometimes lower, especially if the server is already old. So basically it depends on demand and server condition. So this doesn't mean that you must price at 50% always. It just means now you understand the difference between rebuild costs and market price, and that difference is where negotiate happens. At least now you are not guessing anymore. You are already seeing the numbers. You are comparing numbers. Alright, so guys, again, thank you very much for watching and supporting our channel, and whatever you guys are doing, happy gaming. Alright.